Hello and welcome back to the Lean Girl Kitchen. Today's recipe is a highly requested one. It is high in protein, it is low in calories, and I bet that it is one of your favorite, your all-time favorite sweet indulgences. But of course, the Lean Girl is going to be bringing you a low-calorie, high-protein version that is going to help you get to your lean body goals. Do you know what it is yet? Comment if you know what it is. Today I am making Lean Girl Pro Nuts, which are basically protein donuts, which taste so damn delicious. And let me tell you, these donuts are around 80 calories and under 100 calories with all the incredible toppings that we are going to be putting on today. I am so pumped about this recipe. I love a good old donut, and these are so fabulous to make as a meal prep idea. You can just make yourself a couple of donuts, and this can be your after dinner dessert. It can be your afternoon snack. These are so divine, they are so low in calories, and they really feel like you are having something super indulgent, when in reality, you're basically just having protein. They are so high in protein, 12 grams of protein. I've already worked out the macros, so around 12 grams of protein per donut, which is totally insane. If you have two, I mean, you're gonna be lean and sculpted. So I'm so excited about this one. Before we get into it, please, if you haven't yet done it, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and support your girl on the channel. And guys, all of these recipes, plus so many more, are inside my Lean Girl Kitchen Coach. That is where they appear first, and it makes it really simple and easy for you. Based on your calories and your macros, you can head into the Kitchen Coach, check how many calories do I have for a certain meal, and you can basically look through hundreds of recipes and make sure that all the meals that you're eating are fit for fat loss. So let's get into it. Lean Girl Protein Donuts, here we go. Simple ingredients you probably already have at home. I love the fact that all the ingredients that I use are very similar. So 9 times out of 10, whenever I'm posting a brand new recipe, it means that you can make them. By the way, before I get started, a normal donut, guys, is around 330 to 350, we don't want hair getting in the food, 330 to 350 calories per donut. Let me know in the comments where your favorite place to get donuts is and what your favorite flavor combination is, because let me tell you that this is the base donut, and there are so many more I am so excited about, that more recipes that are all donut based that will be coming soon, but this is the base one that I know you guys are gonna love. Okay, so we're gonna start off with some oat flour. You guys know I like to use plain old simple oat flour. If you don't have any, you got oats, you can make oat flour. Just blend it up in the blender, kabam, you've got oat flour. 30 grams of oat flour. That's going to be going into my mixing bowl. I tried to weigh out my items a little bit before, so we can be like a professional cooking show, you know? And I don't have an assistant to do all that for me. I have to do it myself. Maybe one day the Lean Girl Kitchen will upgrade. I'm then going to be popping into 1.5 scoops of protein powder. This is the MetaLab protein powder. You guys know I love it. I have a discount code for you guys as well. Lean Girl 15 to get 15% off this protein powder. The best tasting protein powder I've had in South Africa. And that's a big claim, guys. So we're gonna, because we want this to be high protein, we are gonna be doing 1.5 scoops of protein powder. This is just vanilla flavor. In my mind, it's caramel flavor. The caramel and vanilla are both pretty neutral, which means, well, not neutral as in no flavor, but delicious. But you can use these in a lot of recipes, so I always say the caramel or the vanilla will work really well if you want to get one that's going to work in all of the recipes. By the way, this is my recipe book, which I had to go and grab because I was trying to remember all of the little things that I had put together. Okay, so the next ingredient that we are going to be adding is egg whites. So I'm going to be adding, it's 3 egg whites, or about 80 grams of egg whites if you're just using it, pouring it out of the container. So you can do either 3 egg whites, or you can weigh it out about 80 grams. Then I'm going to be using some low-fat plain yogurt. I love using the Greek one. This is this gourmet Greek. It's really nice, high in protein. It's really delicious and thick. You guys, I'll link in the description. I'll link in this video to another video of mine where I did my evening nighttime protein dessert, which is my all-time favorite. I have pretty much every single night. Okay, so this is, I think I've got 80 grams of low-fat yogurt. If you can't get the Greek, no problem. You can just use good old plain low-fat yogurt. And then we are wanting to add some baking powder because we want these babies to rise. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Voila. And then last but not least, no, there's actually 2 more things I have. So we're going to be adding some vanilla essence. This is going to be a vanilla donut. I do have already an idea for a chocolate one, which will probably be in a future video. But this one is going to be vanilla, and I love the vanilla flavor in all baking. So you want to put in just 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. This has got the biggest hole in this thing. Like, I don't know if you know, most vanillas have like a small hole. Oh God, now the teaspoon has gone missing. Very graceful, Ange. Very graceful. Good save. Okay. Just protein powder and a bit of egg. So most vanillas have like a small hole. So many times I've tried to pour like a little bit in and then like it's basically finished. Just pour like so much. Anyway, then you guys know I use a couple of these in my recipes. So this is basically applesauce. A couple of places are selling it now. Just make sure that you don't get one that's sweetened because then they just add in a ton of calories because of the sugar. This is basically baby food, so it's a pureed apple, and I'm going to be using half of these. I really like this because it adds a lot of moisture to any of the baked goods that you are making, whereas a lot of the protein items that you bake can get really dry. So I'm going to be adding about half of this container, which is about 60 grams, because this container is 120, I think. So about half a container of apple puree. You can also make your own and weigh out 60 grams of pureed apple if you don't want to be lazy and be like me. And then last but not least, I'm going to be adding some sweetener. So I'm going to do 5 sachets because after all, it is a donut. So we do want it to be nice and sweet. The protein powder has a bit of sweetness in it, and you know, the apple also makes it a little bit sweet. But I mean, this is a dessert after all, ladies. So we want it to be nice and sweet. I always use canderel in my recipes, you'll see, because it's got 0 calories. Basically, but if whatever your preference, if you like stevia, I think the taste is awful, but you can go ahead and use stevia or xylitol, whatever you like, but I love my canderel. And now you just want to give it a good old mix. Alrighty, so our little batter is ready, and now I didn't mention in the beginning of the video, but guess what, guys, you do not need a donut pan. I tried to find a donut pan online and they only had mini ones, or they did actually have some on Yuppie Chef, but they told me it would take 6 weeks, and I was not going to make you guys wait 6 weeks and need to have a donut pan to actually make this recipe. So we are going to improvise, and we are actually going to be using a muffin tin to make our donuts. So a large extra, it's the large muffin tin, by the way. You could make small muffins. You could make mini donuts if you wanted to, but I'm using the larger muffin tins, which I think are a lot easier to get your hands on than donut pans are. So as you can see, I have got some tinfoil pieces that I've basically made into long fingers, basically, and I'm going to show you how I did this. And so I actually was Googling online on how we can make donuts without a donut pan, and this is what came up. So you basically want to take yourself a piece of foil. Let me just move this out of the way so you can take yourself a piece of foil, which is around this big, a bit bigger than an A4 piece of paper, and you want to fold it in half and then kind of roll it up till you get to the end, and then give it a little squash, and then you're gonna roll it up into 3 pieces, and again give it a little squash, and then you want to make the bottom almost like a little bit flat so that it can stand up in your donut pan, and then you kind of just push it down. There we go, we've got our donut pan. So let me do the last one. I've already prepped those. So again, fold it in half and then kind of roll it up, scrunch it up, fold it over again, squeeze it a bit together, push it down, And that's it. There is our donut pan. I'm so excited. All right, so now we do want to spray and cook everything before we actually put it into the pan, because we don't want anything to stick. So here I've just got my regular spray and cook, and so I'm actually going to take these out, and then I'm going to spray it thoroughly, and then we'll pop them back in. Okay, so here's the thing. You also need to spray these because we don't want them to stick to our donuts. So just give them a little spray and then pop them in the middle. Voila! I'm so excited about this recipe, guys. I can't just wait to do the toppings. That's the best part. Okay, so now we've got our mixture, guys, which, as you can see, is really quite sticky. So here's another little tip that I found online to actually be able to put our mixture all around our donuts. So here I've got just a Glad bag. This is like one of their freezer bags. And I'm actually going to spoon the mixture into this Glad bag, and then we are going to pipe it around. Guys, we are getting fancy. We are getting so clever in the kitchen. Domestic goddesses, I tell you. So, and then we are going to cut a little hole in the corner, and we're actually going to pipe in our mixture. So let me show you how it's done. So I kind of fold my hand down, because we obviously don't want to drip all the mixture into the top, so that we can start getting it into the corner. Okie doke. So there you've got your bag, and so you can see it's kind of in one corner. So you want to make sure that it's all squeezed down, and then we're going to get a scissors. And you're going to cut off the corner. Just be careful because it might, like, don't squeeze it at the same time. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to pipe it all the way around. And just make sure, rather go a little bit, put a little bit less, so we can make sure that we get 6 donuts, and you can always top it up afterwards. So here we go. Okay, fabulous. So we are now going to just take a small teaspoon, and I'm going to work my way around and just make sure that everything is really nice and even. Okay guys, so our donuts are ready for the oven. I'm going to pop them in now on 180 degrees until they are nice and golden. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to make our delicious donut frosting. Yes. Okay, in the oven. Okay guys, so let's make our delicious frosting for our pronuts. I'm just going to be using, I've made a frosting that's similar to this one before. It is so simple and it genuinely tastes so good, guys. You can use this frosting on anything, like if you make a mug cake or if you make anything, it's just a great icing basically. So again, I'm going to be using my yogurt. I'm going to be taking 100 grams of plain Greek yogurt, and we are going to be adding, so I wanted to give you 2 different options on the icing. So definitely we want to add some sweetness. So this is icing. I mean, we all know that icing is sweet. Let me know in the comments. I'm more of like the icing girl. I'll eat the icing off the cake and leave the cake. Or do you eat the cake and leave the icing? Like if you've been in a relationship with someone, it's like the olive thing. You know, someone has to love olives, someone has to hate them. Okay, so 3 sweeteners are going into our icing. And now you've got one of 2 choices. If you want to add some more, even more protein to this dish, you can use half a scoop of protein powder. Alternatively, you can use the Simply Delish instant pudding. It has a delicious flavor and really low in calories. So just about 10 grams. I'm actually going to go with this option, and I'll put up the calories for both. So I'm going to go for this option, and I'm going to be adding 10 grams. This is just the vanilla of the vanilla sugar-free pudding. And it gives it a really delicious thick texture as well, because obviously this is normally made into a pudding. So it becomes really nice and thick. So you just want to mix that in until you get a nice icing-like texture. And again, you can use any yogurt of your choice. The creamier actually, the better. And as you can see, like, it gets really nice and thick. If it's a bit too thick and you feel like you can't spread it, we'll see when we're putting it on, you can add a touch of water, which I think I may do. Just because we do want it to be spreadable. And then we're gonna pop this into the fridge just to chill until our donuts are out of the oven. Wait. Okay guys, our donuts, our pro nuts are out of the oven. They were in there for about 18 minutes and I have already let them cool. Very important, because you don't want your icing to go melting away. And I have already then removed the middle, and because the foil is nice and malleable, it's actually really easy to kind of wiggle them out. And so that is kind of what our donuts look like. Guys, I know it's not as good as a donut pan, so if you can get your hands on one and you want the perfect shape, you can obviously get one. But I'm pretty chuffed how they turned out, so I actually just left one in so I can show you guys. So I kind of just squeezed it in, squeeze it together, and then you can kind of twist it out. Now to the fun part, which is the decorating and the adding of the icing, my favorite part. Okay, so I have got a few different toppings that I'm going to put on. You can go wild and add whatever you want to whatever your favorite toppings are, you can go crazy. So today I've got a few different ones that I wanted to show you guys to give you some inspiration. So firstly, we're gonna take our little donut, and my icing has been cooling nicely in the fridge, and you want to give it a nice coating of this icing. Tastes so good. I've already eaten like a few teaspoons of it, but you want to give them a nice coating of our icing, which is going to make it look really beautiful. And then the first topping that, guys, can you tell? I can't stop smiling. I'm so excited about this recipe. The first topping that I'm going to use, and we actually use these first. These are just some Fruit Loops. So these are some that I just picked up at Discam actually, because I just happened to be there. So you can add some little Fruit Loops, which makes them look oh so pretty. I'm a huge cereal fan. Like, I love adding cereal to my yogurt or to my oats, just to give it a little bit of a crunch. I'm like trying to do the color coordinating thing here. So that's one fun idea. And because we're adding so few things on the toppings, as I said, probably all the toppings that I've used here will make this donut under 100 calories. So that is our first little baby that we've got ready there. Okay, so let's take the second one. Again, we are going to load up our icing. And the second thing that I've got here that I'm excited about is actually I got some rascals. Let me know if you guys love rascals in the comments. I love rascals. I'm upset with the colors though. I'm like, where are all the fun ones? But I love a good rascal to add a little bit of a tang. I mean, guys, isn't this awesome? You can basically eat all of the things that you love and you can get amazing results. I mean, under 100 calories, you can have 2 of these babies for a snack, and they're gonna help you reach your protein goal. So there is number 2. So right away. Okay, number 3, Oreo. You know, now I've got to chew this rascal. That was a bad idea. Note to self, Ange. Don't eat a rascal on camera. Okay, icing. And then we are gonna hit it up with some Oreo. This is the sugar-free Oreo. I've used in a couple of recipes before, and I've kind of just crushed it up, and you can sit on your glorious little Oreo pieces. And guys, the sky is the limit. Like, you could actually add things into the icing. Like, if you wanted to make a big batch of like one specific thing, you could actually crush up the Oreo, and you could put it in your actually crush it up into the icing, which would be like a McFlurry on a donut. Oh my god, this is all looking so good. No piece left behind. Okay, so there's our Oreo one. I can't stop eating this icing. Okie dokes. Next, I wanted to do a sugar cinnamon. I love like original flavors of things. And I love a sugar cinnamon donut. I actually lived in America for 2 years. I was an au pair there. And I loved the sugar cinnamon donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. So I wanted to do a little sugar cinnamon dusted one. And this is this sweetie. They've got a sugar and cinnamon mix, which you can honestly do your own, but I'm just gonna sprinkle that on. And it has like a really nice crunch as well. So there's a little sugar cinnamon version. Okay, 2 more to go. I had more toppings than I actually had like ideas on what I wanted to do. Well, I had more ideas than I had donuts to do. Okay, this one I'm gonna do a fruit. So I've got some strawberries which I have cut up here, and we will just place these beautiful. These are actually the best strawberries I got from the fruit and veg store in Dunkeld. Oh my word, they have the best stuff. Like, these strawberries just taste next level good. So pretty. And I actually have some, this is a new syrup which is available at Discam. It's called Lean Gourmet Skinny Syrups. Really happy because Walden's Farm has been out of stock for so long. And so I'm actually going to do a little pouring of some syrup as well, because why not? And it's like 0 calories as well. So if you guys are looking for a syrup, then you can check that one out. And then last but not least, I'm just going to do a good old sprinkles. So I've got some little sprinkles here and our last little donut. Let's use up all this icing. Last one. Let's do a little sprinkle. Trying to not make a terrible mess. Love a good sprinkle. I even add these to my shake sometimes just to make it fun. And let's place our last, I'm actually going to switcheroo these. Guys, I am so happy with how these turned out. I am so excited. I actually need to put it on my little turny thing. We're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. Okay, I'll be back. So here we go, guys. Your Lean Girl high protein, low calorie donuts for under 90 calories, my girls, for one of these magical looking donuts. I cannot wait for you to try them. They look absolutely fabulous. I cannot wait to see your own creations. By the way, you have to tag me on Instagram if you make it, The Lean Girl. And if you're not following me there yet, please be sure to do so and be tagging me in all of your Lean Girl creations. I am so chuffed with these and I cannot wait to see your own Lean Girl creations, that and options and toppings, and give me all the ideas on your favorite ones. And I cannot wait for you guys to try it. Let's do the Lazy Susan. Has to happen for the donuts. Okay guys, let's do the taste test. I'm so excited. I don't know which one we're gonna go for. Let's go for the sprinkles. Just because I love these, some sprinkles. Okay, you're getting this, babe. You're getting this.
I am getting it.
I mean, look at that cakey goodness. Oh my word, I'm so excited. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. Guys, how? seriously tastes like a donut. I'm so pumped. I cannot wait for you guys to try it. Enjoy. Bringing you another lean girl, high protein, low calorie recipe that is going to help you on your lean body journey. And remember guys, you do not have to eat chicken and broccoli. You can eat delicious lean girl protein donuts, hit that protein target, hit your calories, and get lean. Don't forget to check the link below, kitchen coach with all of my lean girl recipes, and otherwise look out for more recipes from me, Angie, here on the Lean Girl YouTube channel. Cameraman, what do you think? Do I want?
I definitely want one. Oh, that's great.
Eh? Donut. Donut.
Sure, that's amazing.
No mixture left behind. Ooh. And blah 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 blah. Fucking rubbish.